Once upon a time, people were dropping rent money on shirts that said literally nothing but Supreme and calling it fashion. Ah yes, the golden era of hypebeast culture, where flexing was a sport and standing in line for 12 hours was a personality trait. We had limited edition crowbars, sneakers that looked like alien hooves, and jackets louder than your uncle at Thanksgiving. But now, the resale is dead, the fits are tragic, and the drip, it dried up. In today's video, we're talking about how the kings of clout turned into clearance rack cautionary tales.
Hypebeasts, where are they now? The hypebeast era dominated the 2010s for a while, but where did it leave all the hypebeasts once the trend died? Let me tell you. Some hypebeasts evolved, trading Supreme for Raf Simons and calling it archive, doing basically the same thing, just with older, rarer pieces. Others got lost in the sauce and went all in on the high fashion look, becoming the modern Rick and Balenciaga warriors. And then there are the minimalists. They went from flexing logos to flexing nothing. Well, almost nothing. They ditched the logos and embraced quiet luxury, neutral tones, and clean fits.
Alright.
But let's not forget about the golden age of hypebeasts. From waiting in line for sneaker drops to copying those exclusive collabs, it's an era to be remembered. Like and follow for more fashion content.
Why did he end it with Diddy's face? I don't see how that worked with any of the video, but I know you can tell by my SpongeBob t-shirt that I'm quite the fashion aficionado, but no, for real. I remember this era vividly. I wasn't into, you know, the hypebeast stuff all that much, but I was definitely into the rap from that era. I was into the Lil Uzi Verts and whatnot at the time. And I do have fond memories of that era. I like that they showed a picture of Lil Pump too, because he's like the epitome of the peak of the hypebeast culture. That is just the epitome of where it peaked and where it knew it had to die after Lil Pump came out. It just knew it had to die. I don't know, man. As I get older, I honestly think anybody who just rides a trend that hard, it's kind of lame. It's a little lame. Nowadays, we got like this, like you said, the Balenciaga, Rick Owens, whatever. We got a lot of people wearing like, you know, black leather jackets and humongous baggy jeans. That's okay. If that's your fashion, that's whatever. But when I see people who all they ever do is just hop on the latest rapper wear or rapper trend or, you know, Instagram trend, at a certain point, you're not making any of these decisions yourself. You just want to look like what's in and what's hot right now. I think what's awesome is when people just make decisions for themselves and just dress for themselves, man. If you still associate with, you know, a goth guy wearing a wallet chain, stick with that. If that's who you are, go ahead. I ain't mad at you, brother. I am not mad at you. I still feel like myself, I still kind of like associate with like a half skateboarder, half jock. That's still what I kind of like wear to this day. I'm wearing Vans and Birkenstocks and like little tight ass short shorts and SpongeBob t-shirts. He didn't mention neutral tones. That's my jazz right there. Like, you know, earth greens, earth browns and stuff like that. You know, these like khaki colors. That's definitely my lane of fashion right there. Somebody said hypebeast is archive fashion right now, which, yeah, if you're going to say that you're rocking archive, which I'm assuming is just like throwback fashion, that at this point, hypebeast fashion, it's throwback at this point. It's over. The days are done of Bape shorts and Supreme hoodies. It's over. Somebody said the hypebeast era is the greatest of all time. That is a stretch. That is a large stretch. If we're going to go talk about any throwback fashion era, maybe it's because of my father, I still love like the hippie era, the Levi jeans and the boots and stuff, which is coming back with Beyonce on her new tour. I still love, like, if you want to go further back, like the 30s, 40s, when everybody had a top hat and a suit on all the time. That's actually kind of slick if you ask me. Shit, even I really like the bright, I don't even know what you call it, like purples and weird colors people used to wear in the 90s with all these like track suits. I kind of like that era. I like that energy. Somebody said, even if they adopt quiet luxury, they're still doing it for show. Principle doesn't change. Form does. Yeah, because they still want people to recognize that, hey, this jacket I got on is $1,000. Even though it looks like nothing, this is $1,000 jacket. Somebody said, all the hypebeasts I know started wearing vintage. Yeah, everyone started wearing, like, what are they called? 5-panel hats. And it gets to a point, man, everybody's just riding this wave. At a certain point, I respect people who just wear what they like to wear regardless of the current fashion trends. And I feel like if you're watching this video, it could be a little tough to like literally listen to me and hear me out when I'm literally a guy wearing a Target SpongeBob t-shirt. I can see where you're coming from there, brother, but what I can tell you is I wear things I think look nice. I don't even build fits, bro. Like, I literally see a t-shirt, I said, I like that t-shirt, let's get that t-shirt. That's it. I really don't even go as far as to building the whole look. Right now I have the goofiest shorts on. I got tall ass knee-high socks on right now. I'm goofy, bro. I'm goofy. Don't worry about me.
In the hypebeast era, a lot of clothing brands had downfalls, but this singular brand had the hardest downfall of them all. Now let's talk about Antisocial Social Club.
I remember that.
The brand was founded by this gentleman, Nick Lurk, in 2015 in Los Angeles. You all hear the term industry plant in music, but Antisocial Social Club proved that in the clothing scene. Every celebrity was in this clothing brand before anybody even knew who it was. And that was for the owner's previous role being a marketing manager at Stussy. If you watched this video up to this point, you're probably wondering when the brand hit a downfall. Their marketing was way too good. Not having a big enough team nor having the experience to sell this amount of orders, they did not ship out any of their fucking orders, man. Not only that, making some customers wait for over 4 months to get their items just to find out it was a Gildan hoodie. Thank God they finally switched to independent, but independent is still mid. And when I'm telling you people were pissed, people were livid. But somehow, in some way, the downfall ended up being a way out for this brand. This brand sold to a big corporation for $25 million. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think of Antisocial Social Club. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
I vividly remember this when he just started showing pictures. I thought in my head that was Off-White. Whatever. Purple jeans. I don't know. I've never even typed this company into the internet. I don't know how much they cost, but I see people wearing these jeans. And they literally keep the tag on big as hell. It says purple. So people know, hey, these are the jeans I'm wearing right now. Now, if that doesn't tell you that you're just dressing because of other people, I don't know what will. You're not even making your own decisions in life. You want people to know what you purchase. It's not about how you look. It's about, I want to make sure people understand I have the money to buy this shit. Somebody commented, said, I still never got my order from them. This vid was dead ass a reminder for me. Somebody else said, Antisocial Social Club had me in a chokehold in 2017. I've sold all my pieces now apart from the black hoodie. I am so glad I never got too caught up in any of that stuff. I think when I was like 17, I bought a Fendi belt, believe it or not, for like $300 when I was 17. That was the peak of me like spending way more money than necessary on clothes that just didn't even do anything for me. It did nothing for me. It didn't help my life at all. Somebody commented, dog, I saw somebody wearing Antisocial Social Club the other day, and I'm like, it's not 2016 no more. That's what I don't like about trends, is people literally... If you liked that clothes so much, if you liked Antisocial Social Club, why in this day and age is somehow that's not cool anymore? How? If you liked what they sold, how is it not cool? Dude, Levi's has been selling the same pairs of jeans for like 60 years. It doesn't stop. It's still cool. Even if it fades away for a small trend, dude, wear what you think makes you feel cool. How about that? Stop worrying about trends. Trends don't matter.
Do you really miss the hypebeast era, or do you just miss how you felt during that time?
Kind of.
I mean, think about it. It was probably your gateway into fashion. There were so many exciting drops and collabs. All your favorite...
Yes, and when he says, do you just miss how you feel during that time? That's how I feel. I was never even into this type of fashion, but like this era of rap and how much just new SoundCloud artists were popping off, it was such a cool time for like hip-hop culture. Anybody else who was in the midst of it watching hip-hop culture at that time, you probably agree with me. Like, just, I know Lil Pump isn't the most like fucking legendary artist ever, but just like the way the culture was moving forward at that point, it was cool, man. Everything felt fresh. Okay, I knew Lil Pump wasn't gonna last long, but everything just felt fresh and new and creative at that point. And I feel like right now that's missing a little bit in the rap game. I love rap. I love rap culture. Right now, I don't feel the newness in rap like I used to feel at this point.
Rappers and creators were part of it, and the community felt so welcoming. Whether you were just getting into it or owned a Supreme LV hoodie, people were just genuinely excited to share the same interest. Fast forward a couple of years, and the fashion community is absolutely insufferable. Lil Uzi and Cardi still haven't dropped 1629. You can't even remember the last time you were excited for a drop since the Yeezy Boosts. You probably picked up an interest in archive clothing to fill in that 2016 gap, but instead, you're stuck with a community of pretentious losers that will judge you for any stupid reason, like your jeans not being old enough. So how can you not miss that era? We need to make the fashion community great again.
Once I have adult money, I'll probably get some hypebeast pieces for my inner child. Now, I can relate with that. As a kid, I used to always want a Rolex so bad. I wanted a Rolex so bad. When I tell you this thing didn't do anything for my life, it still continues to do nothing for my life. I just think of this as like an important part of my life was buying something that I always thought I wanted, to understand that I didn't even want this at all. I don't even like watches. Like, I just like what people believe that a Rolex owner is. That's what I thought I needed. I thought people need to believe that I got it together, when in reality, all this is a desk piece now. It just sits there while I edit, and I'm like, ooh, nice Rolex. Another comment says that the community is still there. It's just instead of Supreme hoodies and Yeezys, now it's purple jeans and spider hoodies and Balenciagas. Yeah, it changed. It's a little more subdued, but like it's still a bunch of people trying to buy clothes for the sole fact of showing people, hey, I bought these clothes. Look at me. I got money. Literally, the community has been ruined by bland, baggy Rick Owens and Balenciaga making everything feel dead. Yeah, it's all like grayed out neutral tones that just feel, I don't know. To me, it's whatever. It's okay, but the fact you're spending thousands of dollars to look like a goddamn homeless person is retarded.
Supreme was once the most popular streetwear brand on the planet, collaborating with brands like Louis Vuitton and selling out every single week. But in 2023, it's fair to say the brand is dead. So where did it all go wrong for Supreme? A few years ago, Supreme was on top. Kids everywhere were queuing up for the latest drop. They even had people camping out for a Supreme crowbar release. But all this hype has vanished, and it's due to a mixture of mistakes from the brand, from stealing designs from smaller artists, to too many boring collaborations, the decline of the hype and logo era, and oversaturating the iconic Supreme box logo design. But the ultimate reason for Supreme's downfall is that they lost their influence. Fashion, and especially streetwear, is controlled by a few people at the top. People like Kanye West and Playboi Carti. Individuals who have power to drive hype around any brand. And Supreme was totally hype driven, so they were completely dependent on these influencers. So when these huge artists eventually moved on from Supreme and started messing with more luxury and high-end fashion,
I'm wondering, though, did they leave Supreme and start messing with higher fashion to change their image as a higher up artist? Or did they get sick of Supreme themselves and say, like, I don't even want that deal with Supreme. Could I get this with anybody else? Like, I truly wonder, did Travis Scott stop liking, did Tyler, the creator, stop liking Supreme? Or do they maybe just start getting gigantic deals offered to them from bigger companies like Louis Vuitton and whatnot?
Supreme was always going to fall off a cliff. It was always on a limited time frame. And now, a few years on from the hype days of Supreme, there's a few diehard fans, but other than that, it's just pretty dead. Supreme definitely isn't terrible, and it's not a bad brand. But with the sale to VF Corporation a few years ago, alongside other mistakes from Supreme, the brand definitely just doesn't hit the same anymore. And its OG audience have just grown out of the brand. Let me know what you think about Supreme, and drop a follow for more fashion content. Supreme was once the most popular streetwear brand on the planet, collaborating with brands like Louis Vuitton and
I'll give him a follow. That was a nice video. Just because it's not hyped doesn't mean it's on a downfall. It kind of does. It kind of does, bud.
Supreme is dead. I literally picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces for $1,000. Back in the day, this alone would go for $1,000.
Oh my God.
Just kind of break everything down. Majority of this is brand new pieces.
Hey man, a blue sweater can't be $1,000. I'm sorry. You bought that because of hype. If this brand was never what it was in the public's eye, you would have never spent $1,000 on nothing like that. There's nothing about that has intrinsic value.
Except those two, which are lightly worn. I paid $100 for each of the tees, so that's $400 total.
Insane.
Each tee is going for around $200.
I'm about to go on vacation. I just went to Ross. I spent, I believe it was $65. I got like 10 t-shirts, 2 hoodies, 2 swim shorts. Dude, I can't imagine paying $100 for a singular tee. Now you could say it's because I'm poor. Go ahead. Say that then. But I can't imagine that. There's so many better things I could use my $100 for. Even food is a better use of my $100.
That's already $400 profit. I paid $300 for this hoodie. It's brand new with the tags. I paid $3. Should easily sell for $400. And then I paid $150 for the crew neck and $150 for the bandana. This should sell for around $300.
Notice too, he has a giant Rolex on right now. He has a gigantic Rolex on in this video.
This as well. So I should profit around $800 on this purchase. But it's so crazy to me how these pieces are going for dirt cheap now.
Dude, it's literally a t-shirt that says Supreme on it. There's nothing special about that. I wouldn't be surprised that it's going for low amounts of money.
Hypebeast culture is dead, and it feels so fucking good. For me personally, and I probably feel this for everybody else, I feel like there's been no rush to get any like collection that you miss out on. There's been no run to get like a restock. Fuck all that. Like, if you don't release enough for your collection for me to get, and I have to wait in line for hours online store or in person, it ain't worth that shit. Like, honestly, I was at a store the other day, Atmos in DC, and like there's a security guard outside. He was like, you have to wait to come in. I was like, this is weird. There's nobody in the store, literally 2 people in the store. And I was like, I don't want to wait. I went to another store. I actually went to there's a place called Somewhere in DC. I was like, I'm just gonna cop from here. So I copped some Nike Tech sweats from there. It's like, I'm not waiting in line for anything. Like, now just go somewhere else. There's dope ass shit everywhere. People are making dope ass shit. But with that being said, let's run that outfit real quick. Kahar, work in progress, OG fit.
And now he's gonna start talking about his streetwear fit. Dude, it is a Carhartt jacket. Like, this isn't streetwear. You can say it is, dude. This was made for welders. Why do you think this is hip streetwear? It's not. This is welding jackets. My father's had a Carhartt since I was a little boy. It had nothing to do with streetwear. It was just a good jacket. First comment says, no bullshit. It's funny because I started buying reps because I didn't want to pay resale. Facts, man. You can get these shoes replicated on sites like Schmate. You know what I'm talking about. You might not know what I'm talking about. There's a site that sells all these shoes you want, Rolexes, whatever, that look exactly like the real thing, but it's like 1/10 the price. If you really want the shoes and you think the shoes look that great, go on those sites that sell them for way cheaper. Do that. Don't get the real one for $400 because it's not going to help you in life. I'm sorry. It's not going to further your career. But if you don't want to get ripped off, what you should do is hit this video right here. It's free. Free 99. YouTube thinks you want to watch it, and I know you should watch it. That's a fact. There isn't any question about it, okay? If you made it this far, you might as well watch another one of my videos. Come on. It's free. You have nothing to lose, bud. Click the video. Click the video right now. Do you hear me?